Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer, and I'm going to be your guys' host for today. We have a very exciting episode for you guys. We're going to be covering the official Olympic women's soccer team roster and the fact that Alex Morgan is not on it, the 3v3 Olympic basketball team roster, AUX Pro Softball updates, track and field Olympic trials, predictions for the remaining days, and make sure you guys stay till the end of the show to hear about the Dow Championships golfing pairs. Before we begin, I wanted to ask you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. Also, we do get a lot of questions from viewers that come in during the show, so to ensure that your questions get read on the air, I ask that you use the link gsmcpodcast.net. This puts your questions at the top of the list so that I see them, and of course, it really helps the show. Again, the link is gsmcpodcast.net. Now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Okay, so we're starting today's show by talking about the U.S. Olympic Women's National Team, or USWNT. Coach Emma Hayes has finally named the 18-player roster plus 4 alternates for the Paris Olympics. In previous videos, I gave my predictions. I gave my predictions last week. More of also just who I would like to see on the team. Not much predictions, but also just like, this is how I would make the roster if I could. So I recommend checking that out. But she has named the 18-player roster, and just 8 of the players on that roster were on the USA's roster for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and they are making a return this summer, while 10 players who were members of the USA's 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup team were named to the final roster for Paris. The USWNT has won a medal in all but one of the 7 Olympics that have featured women's soccer, including 4 gold medals. The Americans won 3 straight gold medals in 2004, 2008, and 2012. I said 2012 weird. 2012. They earned the bronze medal at the Tokyo Games last Olympics 2020. The USWNT's Olympic roster will have 2 games together before departing for France, July 13th against Mexico and July 16th against Costa Rica. The U.S. Women open Olympic play on July 25th against Zambia, followed by group matches against Germany and Australia. In this segment, we're going to break down the roster, but first, we need to talk about the most shocking thing on this roster, Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan was left off the roster, so this is the first major tournament the U.S. has been without the star forward since 2008 Olympics. That's insane. Morgan's 224 caps and 123 goals are each of the most among active U.S. players and ranked 9th and 5th respectively in program history. Morgan is a 3-time Olympian and helped the U.S. capture gold in 2012 in London. Morgan reacted to the exclusion Wednesday, posted on social media, "Today I'm disappointed about not having the opportunity to represent our country on the Olympic stage. This will always be a tournament that is close to my heart, and I take immense pride anytime I put on the crest. In less than a month, I look forward to supporting this team and cheering them on alongside the rest of our country." So the Americans are looking back to bounce back from their worst finish in a major tournament after exiting the 2023 World Cup in the round of 16. I am more than shocked to not see Alex Morgan on the roster. Morgan, who, along with recently retired Megan Rapinoe, has been one of the leading faces of U.S. women's soccer for the past decade or more. She's the USWNT's all-time leading active goal scorer and 65th on the all-time list. She helped lead the team's high-profile and ultimately successful fight for equal pay. Morgan is a superstar striker who's more than proven herself over the years, and her experience and leadership serve as an asset to any team. But she's had a slow start to her NWSL season. I can't not mention that. She missed more than a month with the San Diego Wave after she injured her left ankle on April 19th. Though she has returned, she scored for the USWNT against Argentina on February 23rd. It was her first goal in a year for the national team. Morgan was held scoreless at last year's World Cup, which ended in disappointment for USWNT with a penalty shot loss to Sweden in the round of 16, like I said earlier. It was the USWNT's early World Cup exit ever, so yes, she has had her issues, but I think it's ridiculous that she's not on the team. Plus, her leadership is something that goes beyond scoring goals. She could have been a mentor to younger players, someone who steadies the ship when the going gets tough. Sure, the decision makers might have had their reasons, maybe focusing on bringing in new blood or other tactical stuff and just based on her past performances, but Alex Morgan is still nailing it at the club level, showing off she's just as sharp and fit as ever. It's not just about what she brings on the field, it's also her presence in the locker room, her ability to inspire confidence in her teammates. Schema on Morgan isn't just about missing out on a top scorer, it's about missing out on a leader who embodies the resilience and spirit of the team. As the Olympics gear up, this choice is bound to stir up plenty of debates among fans and experts. It's a decision that might just come back to haunt the team when they're facing those nail-biting moments where Morgan's experience could have made all the difference, especially goal scoring. So now let's cool off and talk about who's actually on the roster, because I am happy to see who is on the roster. There's no complaint there. Although I would say that there's definitely more people that I would like to see on the roster, but that's just not possible. And also there's no one on the roster who I would switch with Alex Morgan. That's the other thing. It was the same thing with Caitlin Clark being excluded from the basketball roster. It's but who would you take off that roster? There's no one on there that I would genuinely take off and replace Caitlin Clark with. That's the issue. So the goalkeepers on the team are Casey Murphy from the North Carolina Courage and Alyssa Naher from the Chicago Red Stars. I predicted they were going to be on the team. They are hands down the top two goalkeepers in the NWSL right now. Nair is a 3-time Olympian, and Murphy is returning from the 2020 Olympics. Also, Murphy is 6'1", which makes her the tallest goalkeeper in NWSL history. She's had 15 clean sheets out of 19 appearances, and Nair has also won 2 World Cups. They're the strongest goalkeepers, in my opinion, in the league right now. So this makes perfect sense. For defenders, we have Tierna Davidson from the New Jersey, New York Gotham FC, Emily Fox from the Arsenal FC, Naomi Girma from the San Diego Wave FC, Casey Kruger from the Washington Spirit, Jenna Neiswanger also from Gotham, and Emily Sana also from Gotham. Davidson's versatility allows her to slot into various defensive roles, which could be crucial for adapting to different tactical setups in the Olympics. Her experience with high-stakes international matches adds a reliable presence in the back line. And then Fox's dynamism. Oh my gosh. Anyway, her dynamic play and endurance makes her an asset for the high-intensity environment of the Olympics. Her ability to transition quickly from defense to attack fits well with a fast-paced, aggressive playing style. As one of the rising stars in defense, Naomi Girma impresses me with her strong tackling and intelligent positioning. And then Kruger's leadership and defensive reliability will be key in high-pressure Olympic matches. Her ability to mentor younger teammates and manage game situations enhances the team's overall stability. Although primarily known for her midfield capabilities, Jenna Neiswanger's adaptability allows her to serve effectively in defensive roles. And then lastly, Sonnet's adaptability is a huge advantage in a tournament setting like the Olympics, where conditions and opponents vary greatly. And that's one of the biggest things with having an Olympic roster is you're limited to a certain amount of players, and in this case, 18 seems like a lot, but it's not. You have 11 people on the field, it's not a lot of people, and you need players who are going to be able to adapt to different positions. So, you can still put Jenna Neiswanger in the midfield position if you need to, but right now she is considered one of the defenders. So you need to have players who are able to adapt. The midfielders are Corbin Albert, who plays for the Division I feminine club Paris Saint-Germain, Sam Coffey from the Portland Thorns FC, Lindsay Huron from French club Lyon of Division I feminine. I do not know how to pronounce that. It's a French word. It's feminine. I'm not even going to try. I can't do accents. Rose Laville from Gotham, Katerina Marcario from Chelsea FC. Huron is a 3-time Olympian. Albert's familiarity with the European soccer styles and her playmaking abilities make her a strategic asset as well, especially against top international teams. And then Coffey's balanced approach to midfield play, being both a protector and a creator, provides the team with stability and versatility. And then Lindsay Huron is a veteran midfielder. She brings a wealth of experience from her time with the French club Lyon. She's known for her physicality, aerial prowess, and scoring ability, and she can dominate the midfield and change the course of a game. I really feel like she is one of the most versatile midfielder we have on this roster. Lavelle is celebrated for her dribbling skills and quick footwork, which allow her to navigate through tight defenses. Her creativity and vision make her a threat in attacking midfield roles, capable of both scoring and setting up goals. And lastly, Macario's international experience and offensive capabilities can elevate the team's attacking options. Her adaptability and technical skills will be a key factor in adapting to the varied styles of play faced in the Olympics. So here are the forwards. This would be where Alex Morgan sits. It is Crystal Dunn from Gotham, Trinity Rodman from the Spirit, Jaden Shaw from the San Diego Wave, Sophia Smith from the Thorns, and Mallory Swanson from the Red Stars. Looking at this list, there was not a single person on here that I would genuinely like take off the list and replace with Alex Morgan. That's like, it's so frustrating. But even not seeing, like, even the fact that Alex Morgan isn't an alternate is pretty shocking to me too. Although alternates need to be very diverse players, and she's known for her forward capability. So it just makes sense, but it makes me mad. So I want Alex Morgan to be on the Olympic team is my ultimate conclusion here. Okay, so talking about these 5 players, though, who are all so talented in different ways. Dunn is a 3-time Olympian, so she's one of the 3 that are 3-time Olympians, which is insane. And as a forward, her pace, agility, and ability to take on defenders makes her a constant threat. And then Rodman's youthful energy and offensive capabilities add a new dimension to the team's attack. Her fearlessness and agility will be key assets in breaking down the stiff defenses often encountered in Olympic play. Jaden Shaw is emerging as a formidable talent with her excellent dribbling skills and keen eye for goals. Known for her creativity and ability to find space, Shaw can change the dynamics of a game with her sharp movements and smart positioning. And then Sophia Smith is celebrated for her rapid pace and clinical finishing. A natural striker, Smith's ability to exploit gaps in defense and her relentless pursuit of the goal make her a constant menace to opposing teams. Lastly, Swanson's experience and knack for being in the right place at the right time bolster the team's offensive strength. Her adaptability to underscore the game will help in executing complex tactical plans against diverse international opponents. I'm excited to see how Hazer's going to use all these strikers or forwards. That's also another theme for the position. I'm excited to see how Hayes is going to be using all these forwards because they all have different talents and they're all so goal hungry. So it's going to be interesting. And then Hayes also named 4 alternate players who will travel to France and train with the team for the duration of the Olympics. And some of them did have to be goalkeepers, so keep that in mind. We have goalkeeper Jane Campbell, uncapped midfielders Hal Hirschfeld and Croy Bethune, and forward Lynn Williams. Campbell was also the alternate goalkeeper for the 2020 Olympics before being moved to the active roster due to the COVID-19 roster expansion. Both Hirschfeld and Bethune came into their first USWNT camp in June, which was also the first camp for Hayes. Bethune as a training player and Hirschfeld as a member of the full roster, though she did not see action in either match against, I believe it was Korea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But that match, one of the earlier ones. And then Williams was a member of the USA's 2020 Olympic team and 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup team. She's by far the most experienced alternate with 63 caps and 18 career goals. Williams, the all-time leading scorer in the NWSL, scored in the 2020 Olympic quarterfinals against the Netherlands. I am kind of shocked to not see that she isn't on the team, but she's an alternate. I mean, at least she'll be an alternate, you know. But it's definitely interesting, Emma Hayes' decisions with all this. It seems like she really wanted newer blood out on this field. That's what it seems like she was trying to do. And she did say for us to be patient. So we have to consider that. Okay, so I want to end this segment with a quote from Emma Hayes. She said, "Making an Olympic roster is a huge privilege and an honor, and there is no denying that it was an extremely competitive process among the players and that there were difficult choices, especially considering how hard everyone has worked over the past 10 months. Choosing an 18-player roster plus alternates involved many considerations, but I'm excited for the group we have selected, and I'm looking forward to building on the work from last camp as we head into the send-off matches and then on to France. These are great opportunities for us to continue to show the progress we are making." Okay, so we are now going to move on to the next segment where we talk about the 3v3 Olympic basketball team roster for the U.S. and Cameron Brink's replacement. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about the Olympic USWNT roster and how Alex Morgan is not on the roster. We're now going to talk about the 3v3 basketball roster for the Olympic team. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show by tipping and donating using the link gsmcpodcast.net. We really do appreciate the support, and it really helps the show and myself as a student. Also, make sure you guys stay till the end of the show to hear about the Dow Championships golfing pairs. So now let's get started to the 3v3 U.S. Olympic team. Jennifer Rosati, president of the WNBA's Connecticut Sun, will serve as the head coach, and she will be assisted by Tammy Reese. Rosati played at UConn and was previously the head coach at Hartford and George Washington. Reese was a 4-year star at Virginia and is now the head coach at Rhode Island. Okay, so let's start with the roster, get down to the roster, and let's start with Cameron Brink. I talked about this in my June 20th episode, how she has an injury, and I'm just going to summarize that here again. So last Tuesday during the Sparks v Connecticut Sun game, Brink suffered a torn ACL in her left knee. Less than 4 minutes into the game, Brink appeared to slip while driving to the basket. She had to be helped off the court after sustaining the injury, so she will now unfortunately miss the rest of her season. And she was offered the opportunity to be on the roster for Team USA 3v3 in the Olympics, but she also has to miss that now. So a lot of us were like, well, who's going to be her replacement? Well, that would be Dearica Hamby. She will be replacing her in the Olympic roster. This is a good replacement, and she is Brink's teammate on the Sparks, so it feels right. I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels right. Hamby capped off her 4-year career at Wake Forest as the school's all-time leading scorer at 1,801 points, or 1,801 points, and rebounder with 1,021 rebounds. A weapon on both ends of the courts, Hamby had a historic junior season. In 31 games, she led the ACC in both scoring and rebounding with 22 points and 11 boards per game. Her senior season saw similar stat lines as she averaged 20.3 PPG and 10.7 RPG. Before Hamby got drafted 6th in the WNBA draft in 2015. So Hamby has helped lead the USA 3v3 team to the 2023 America Cup title, winning tournament MVP honors. In the WNBA, she averaged 14 PPG, 7.9 RPG, 1.4 APG, and 1.7 SPG. Hamby, typically known for her role in traditional 5-on-5 basketball leagues like the WNBA, where she has been a standout player for the Las Vegas Aces. She brings strength, agility, and a sharp basketball IQ to the smaller, more intimate court of 3v3 games. In 3v3 settings, her strengths include her rebounding prowess and her ability to score both inside and beyond the arc, adapting well to the 3v3 rule set, which favors quick transitions and versatile players. Her defensive capabilities also shine in 3v3 formats where individual defense is crucial and every player must be capable of guarding multiple positions. Hamby's energy and competitive spirit make her a significant asset in 3v3 competitions, contributing to her team's successes in these high-intensity matchups. Next person on the roster is Haley Van Lith. Van Lith transferred to TCU prior to the 2024 to 2025 season. She played the first 3 seasons of her career at Louisville, where she was honored as first-team All-ACC twice. Van Lith then transferred to LSU, where she played 1 season for Kim Mulkey before announcing her plans to transfer to TCU. Her career averages are 14.4 PPG, 3.9 RPG, 2.8 APG, and 1.3 SPG. She is the only active Division I player who has tallied at least 1,900 career points, 500 rebounds, and 350 assists. She was the FIBA 3v3 World Cup gold medalist in 2023, and she also was the 2023 AP and USBWA Honorable Mention All-American. Now, specifically in terms of 3v3, she was the 2019 FIBA 3v3 U18 World Cup MVP and the 2018 USA Basketball 3v3 U18 National Championship MVP. In 3v3 settings, Van List's ability to handle the ball and create her own shot comes to the forefront. Her agility and quickness allow her to exploit smaller, more isolated spaces on the court effectively, which is crucial in the 3v3 format where quick transitions and space utilization are key. Moreover, her proficiency in outside shooting is a significant advantage, giving the emphasis on 2-point shots beyond the arc in 3v3 basketball, which count for 2 points rather than 3, making them, even more valuable. Now, defensively, Van Vliet demonstrates strong perimeter defense, an essential trait to 3v3 basketball, where guarding versatile players who can both shoot and drive is obviously very critical. Her tenacity and stamina enable her to be effective in the more physically demanding and continuous play style of 3v3 games, where there are fewer breaks in action compared to traditional basketball. Van Vliet's performances in 3v3 games often highlight her leadership and competitive nature, traits that enhance her team's dynamics and performance. Her overall impact in these specific games is usually marked by significant scoring contributions and clutch plays, which really have underscored her adaptability and prowess in various basketball formats. I'm very excited to see her in this year's Olympics. So Sierra Burdick is also on the team. Sierra Burdick was a 4-year player at Tennessee before beginning her lengthy professional career. She's the only 2-time world champion in 3v3 for Team USA basketball. Her WNBA career averages are 1.8 PPG, 1.4 RPG, and 0.5 APG. Back in 2015, when she played for the University of Tennessee, was when she really got her name out there. She was the AP All-Honorable Mention All-American and made coaches All-SEC first team, AP All-SEC second team, and SEC All-Tournament team that year. Burdick's performances in 3v3 basketball showcase her strong foundational skills developed over her career, including the WNBA and overseas leagues. Known for
versatility as a forward, Burdick brings a comprehensive skill set that suits the 3v3 format extremely well. Now, in the 3v3 arena, Burdick's ability to mix it up inside and out is particularly valuable. Her prowess in rebounding, coupled with her mid-range and perimeter shooting, makes her a dual threat on the court. The balance is crucial in a 3v3 game where space and quick transitions play a critical role in the flow of the game. Her height and physicality allow her to guard multiple positions effectively, and her basketball IQ helps in making quick decisions that are essential in the rapid pace of 3v3 play. I say that she is very much naturally gifted when it comes to basketball. Defensively, and this is where that natural height comes to her advantage, Burdick is known for her tenacity and the ability to contest shots effectively, qualities that will translate well into this 3v3 basketball team. Her communication skills are also contribute to tightening defensive plays essential in close quarters of the 3v3 setup. Her experience and leadership qualities stand out, where she often takes on a guiding role, especially when paired with the younger or less experienced teammates. Her ability to lead both vocally and by example enhances her team's performance and cohesion in high-pressure tournament settings. Overall, Burdick's adaptability combined with her offensive and defensive skills makes her a formidable player in the 3v3 format, and her contributions often lead to significant impacts in her team's success in these tournaments. The last person on the roster is Ryan Howard. Howard put together an impressive college career at Kentucky, where she was named the National Freshman of the Year and later won SEC Player of the Year twice in 2021 and 2022. Howard's college success led to her being selected as the #1 overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. Now playing for the Atlanta Dream, her WNBA career averages are 16.9 PPG, 4 RPG, 3.2 APG, and 1.4 SPG. In 3v3 games, Howard's ability to score from anywhere on the court is a major asset, and I mean literally anywhere. Her sharp shooting extends beyond the 3-point line, making her a constant threat to opponents. Her quick first step and ability to create her own shots are particularly valuable in this format where spaces at a premium and isolation plays are more frequent. She can efficiently handle the ball and navigate tight spaces, facilitating plays, or finishing at the rim with equal proficiency. Now, defensively, Howard stands out for her length and agility. She is effective at guarding multiple positions, a crucial skill in 3v3 basketball where switches are common and players often face opponents with varying physical and skill attributes. Her keen sense of anticipation allows her to make impactful steals and disrupt passing lanes, turning defense into quick offensive opportunities, which is vital in the fast-paced nature of 3v3 games. Howard also brings a calm and poised presence to the court, attributes that enhance her team's confidence and performance under pressure, and I definitely think that will be beneficial on this team. Her ability to perform in clutch situations, making key baskets or defensive stops, helps elevate her team during critical moments of the game. Ryan Howard's transition from standout collegiate performances to professional ranks, including her impact in 3v3 competitions, underscores her growth as a player and her potential to continue excelling. Her diverse skill set not only makes her a formidable opponent in any basketball format, but also a potential and leader and influencer in the evolving landscape of women's basketball, particularly in the expanding world of 3v3 tournaments. So that concludes our segment on the 3v3 Olympic basketball team for the U.S. We are now going to move into the next segment where we talk about the AUX Pro Softball competition season and some updates with that. So before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break. So I will see you guys very soon.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about the 3v3 U.S. Women's Basketball Team roster, and now we're going to talk about some AUX updates. The AU Pro Softball AUX competition features 42 of the best women's professional softball players in the world competing in a condensed season, and there are a lot of changes and things happening in this past couple of weeks, so in this segment we are going to basically just get into them. Okay, so we're just going to start off here. Okay, so starting with Megan Ferramo. AU Pro Softball has signed pitcher Megan Ferramo to compete in the 2024 championship season in Rosemont, Illinois. Ferramo is the reigning AU Softball Rookie of the Year after posting stellar numbers in the circle during her pro debut. She became the second pitcher in league history to throw a no-hitter on August 6th against Team Circle, allowing just one walk with 6 strikeouts and the 1-0 victory. She led the league with 2 complete games and joined the Georgina Choric as the only pitcher to record a shutout. Ferramo fashioned a 3-3 record and a 2.87 earned run average in 12 appearances. They rightly held opponents to a .240 batting average and retired the side in order 15 times, which was tied with Rachel Garcia for the most instances in the league. Also, Ferramo is a member of Team USA and helped lead them to a gold medal at the 2022 World Games and a gold medal at the 2022 Pan American Championship, where she posted a 4-0 record with 12 strikeouts and 13 innings. Next, we got to talk about Mackenzie Clark. She also signed to compete in the championship season. She is one of the most explosive rookies in the season and was consistently at the top of the leaderboard. The Clemson star served as a captain in Series 2 and led her team to a 2-2 record. Clark's clutch hitting and defensive prowess made her one of the top MVP point earners this season. She was selected as a game MVP 3 times and defensive MVP twice. Her slugging percentage was one of the league's best at .679. Clark hit one of the season's grand slams on June 13th. She hit 2 balls out of the park and had a .321 at batting average and a .549 on base percentage. Now, 6 other athletes signed for the championship season. We have Bailey Klinger, who signed to compete in the AUX for her second year as a pro, but first with AU Pro Softball, if that makes sense. The 2023 All
WPF selection started in all 12 games during AUX. In 38 at-bats, Klinger only struck out twice and garnered 7 hits and 2 walks. She had a 1.0 fielding average with 56 putouts. And then with her is Kaylee Harding. Harding was a reliable outfielder and bat for her teams at AUX. She accumulated 280 stat points fueled by her .316 average and .395 on-base percentage. She hit her first professional home run on June 11th against Team Wiggins. She capped her AUX season with a historic performance, driving in 9 RBIs, aided by a grand slam and a 3-run home run. Harding signed with AU Pro Softball after finishing her senior season at Florida State, where she ranked second in program history for career doubles at 57 and third in career home runs at 46. Valerie Cagle. Cagle was the number 1 pick of the 2024 AU Pro Softball College Draft after 5 seasons at Clemson. She was a two-way player with a 1.72 career ERA and a .379 batting average. She hit 66 home runs and drove in 224 RBIs over 243 games. In the circle, Cagle struck out 819 batters in 756.1 innings and tossed 79 complete games with 28 shutouts. That's insane. She is Clemson's all-time leader in games played, games started, batting average, at-bats, hits, doubles, home runs, runs batted in, total bases, and walks. In addition to wins, saves, appearances, complete games, shutouts, innings, and strikeouts. She is absolutely insane. In 2023, she received USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year, D1 Softball Player of the Year, and the Rawlings Gold Glove Award. She was the first player in ACC history to earn Freshman of the Year and either Player of the Year or Pitcher of the Year honors in the same season in 2021. She's a 4-time NFCA All-American, including 3 first-time nods, and was named ACC Player of the Year in 2021 and 2023. Cagle was named to the Team USA roster for the 2024 Japan All-Star Series after previously competing in the 2023 Japan All-Star Series as well. Charlize Palacios. Palacios was selected in the 2024 AU Pro Softball College Draft. She completed at Arizona for 3 seasons before spending 2 seasons at UCLA to finish her career. She started 228 games and posted a .338 batting average with 69 home runs and 218 RBIs. She's a 4-time All-Pac-12 Conference honoree, including 3 first-time nods and 3-time Pac-12 All-Defensive Team member. Palacios was UCLA's second leading hitter with a .366 average in 2024 and hit a team-best 20 home runs. She was named the Pac-12 Tournament MVP. And then at Arizona, Palacios led the Wildcats to 2 NCAA Women's College World Series appearances and was a 2-time All-Pac-12 first team and an NFCA All-West Region second team honoree. Palacios competed with Team USA at the 2022 Canada Cup and the 2022 Japan All-Star Series. She is the sister of AU Pro Softball catcher Seychelle Palacios, who has competed with the league since its inaugural season in 2020. So we recognize her name, that is why. Also because of all the amazing things that she has done in her college career. Lexi Kilfoyle has signed as well. Kilfoyle was selected in the 2024 AU Pro Softball College Draft. She pitched 2 seasons at Oklahoma State after beginning her career at Alabama. She posted a .721 record with a 1.70 career ERA and 549 strikeouts over 565 innings. At the plate, she hit .237 with 4 home runs and 24 RBIs. She was a consensus first-team All-America selection by NFCA, Softball America, and D1 Softball in 2024. Kilfoyle was a top 3 finalist for the 2024 USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year award and Big 12 Conference Pitcher of the Year. She earned all Big 12 first team with a career-high 1.20 ERA. She was the only player in the 2024 NCAA tournament to post a 5-0 record during regional and super regional play, posting a .75 earned run average with 27 strikeouts over 28 innings. Kilfoyle was named to the Team USA roster for the 2024 Japan All-Star Series. She previously competed for the U.S. U19 national team in 2017 and 2019, earning gold medals at the WBSC U19 World Cups both years. Lastly, we have Jalen Alchin joining to compete. Alchin started 6 games in her rookie season. The outfielder out of UCLA went 7 for 24 at the plate with a .292 average and had 1 stolen base. She earned the defensive MVP nod after making a sliding grab in the 7th inning on June 14th. So there's one last thing to talk about regarding the AUX. Entering Tuesday, Bubba Nichols trailed Jocelyn Alo by nearly 200 points. With a doubleheader on the horizon and a captain vying to become the 2024 Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball AUX champion, Team Nichols put their bats to work. In the closest finish in Athletes Unlimited history, Nichols closed the gap with 2 hits, including a double and 200 win points to finish the season on top, defeating ALO for the championship by only 6 leaderboard points. Despite the season ending in an individual title, it was her Series 3 Orange team that willed her to the top of the leaderboard. Nichols said, "Honestly, I'll glory to God first and foremost, but secondly, I really feel like this medal was this team's medal. We were talking about how we want to be the first team to win a doubleheader, and I feel like every single woman that's been here has just been so helpful to each other and supportive, and it's really cool to be in this environment and just be able to have recognition." So Nichols and her team nearly swept the inning win points, collecting 60 in the final game against Team ALO, securing the 8-2 victory for 50 game win points, along with Nichols' individual performance, sealed her first place finish. Nichols completed her season with 1,344 points. She tied for the league with 890 win points across 3 series and added 140 MVP points with 3 MVP 2 and 1 MVP 3 nod. She ranked second to ALO in home runs, hitting 5 long balls, including 2 on June 11th against Team Wiggins. In her debut series as an AUX captain, Nichols captained her team to a 3-1 record and became the only team this season to win both games of their doubleheader. As the second-place medalist, Jocelyn Alo finished with 1,338 points. The NCAA home run record holder also broke the AUX Eagles season record, logging 6. She wielded one of the season's most productive bats with a .389 average, a .5 on-base percentage, and the best slugging percentage of .944. She paced the league in stat points and MVP points. She was selected as an MVP in 5 games. Delaney Wiss earned herself a 3rd-place finish through the long ball and plate discipline. The corner infielder collected 1,288 leaderboard points with 10 hits, including 4 home runs and a league-leading 10 walks. She was one of the winningest players this season alongside Nichols with 890 win points. She also picked up 80 MVP points with MVP 1 and game defensive MVP honors. And then Jessie Warren earned her 2nd consecutive nod as the AUX Defensive MVP after getting the nod in 2023. She continues to prove to be one of the best third basemen in softball. Warren recorded a .951 fielding percentage on 41 total chances. At the hot corner, she had 16 putouts, 23 assists, and turned 4 double plays. She was voted a game defensive MVP twice for her quick reflexes, diving stops, and throws across the field from her knees. Warren said, "It means everything to me. I worked so hard in the off season, and I took some time before the season to set some goals for myself, and one of those goals was to come out here and do my best defensively. It's just overwhelming to know these players think of me enough to give me this award." So the league will return to Wichita in 2025 in a new form, as Wichita will be among multiple cities playing host to the inaugural season of the new Athletes Unlimited Softball League, or AUSL. Cherry Kemp, Senior Vice President and Director of Softball for Athletes Unlimited, said, "Congratulations to Bubba Nichols on winning the AU Pro Softball AUX Championship and to Jessie Warren for being named Defensive MVP. I want to thank the entire city of Wichita, which welcomed AU Pro Softball with its open arms, packed Wilkins Stadium with electric crowds, and gave our athletes an experience they will remember forever." So we are now going to move on to the next segment where we talk about the predictions for the remaining days of U.S. Track and Field Olympic Trials. Before we begin, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about the AUX Pro Softball League updates, and now we're transitioning to track and field. Tonight starts the second half of the U.S. Track and Field Olympic Trials. From the 30th, which is Sunday, the trials will continue, and we are going to lay out my predictions for the rest of the trials. Okay, so let's start with today's events, and some of these events already happened, but because I am live streaming, I have not looked or had a chance to actually look at them. So I'm going to share my predictions and thoughts without looking at how they are going and such. I would like to emphasize that I'm being very honest here, and let's hope that I am not completely wrong so it's not too embarrassing. But regardless, we're just going to put my predictions out with full confidence here. Okay, so starting with the women's 1500, we have the first round of the 1500 meter run, and I'm really excited to go back and watch that after live streaming because Gracie Morris from TCU and Riley Chamberlain from BYU will be running. Okay, let me pull up the pictures here that I have. Okay, so Elle St. Pereire, quick return into the top of the U.S. in global relevance since giving birth just over a year ago has been nothing short of astonishing. Everyone knew she was fit going into the Glasgow World Indoor Championships, but I don't think any of us were prepared to see her take home gold against such a deep field. She's back and better than ever. I think she's going to end with the fastest time. I also think we will see Nikki Hiltz in the top 3, and then I don't have like a solid third pick for the top 3, but I have a couple, and those people are Corey McGee, Emily McKay, and Heather McLean. The 1500 is just hard to make predictions because, like, I don't know. Like, longer distance are sometimes harder to make predictions because I'm like, I don't know. All of them are hard to make predictions on, but for some reason, for this one especially, I did not have like a top 3. I have like a top 5. Okay, but I definitely think Elle St. Pereire will be ending up in first place. Okay, so we have a lot of first round events happening today, and we have one final for women. So I really wanted to make sure we can talk about that final. The 3,000 steeplechase finals are tonight. Lexi Halliday from BYU will be running it, so I'm excited to see her, but I don't think she's going to finish in the top 3. And remember, guys, the top 3 are the people who qualify for the Olympics in most of these events. So remember, being in the top 3 is the goal here. I think the top 5, but I don't have a specific order, but this is my guess on who the top 5 are going to be. Courtney Wayment, Valerie Constein, Chrissy Gear, Olivia Markusich, and Gabby Jennings. Hopefully all that goes well. So let's talk about the women's 200 meter dash. The first rounds will be tonight. Friday will be the semifinals, and then Saturday will be the finals. This is really hard to make predictions about. Here are my top 4 contenders, though. Sha'Carri Richardson, Gabby Thomas, Mackenzie Long, and Brittany Brown. I definitely think the first and second place finishers will be between Gabby Thomas and Sha'Carri Richardson, and third and fourth place will be between Mackenzie Long and Brittany Brown. But then again, I think that Mackenzie Long has a good chance of beating Richardson and Thomas low-key, so she may have a good chance of finishing in second or first. Maybe not first, but definitely maybe in second. I don't know. But ultimately, I really want to see Long competing in this race in the Olympics, so I'm really rooting for her and hoping she makes the top 3. The women's 20K walk finals will be held on Saturday. I think this is one of the most interesting events to watch. It's just like the way that they move their hips so fast is insane to me. Okay, so Tokyo Olympian Robin Stevens headlines the field after finishing 33rd at those Olympics. Miranda Melville, Stephanie Casey, and Katie Burnett are other top qualifiers. To be very honest with you guys, I only recently started watching this event, so I'm not confident in making predictions, but I definitely think we will see these 4 people coming in the top 5 in some way. The women's long jump first rounds tonight, and the finals will be on Saturday. I have a good feeling that Tara Davis-Woodhall will finish in first. She's the favorite going in. We all are like, go Tara what am I saying? Tara Davis-Woodhall, like go. Like I have a very strong feeling she will be in first. She placed 6th in the women's long jump final at the 2020 Summer Olympics. She won a silver medal in women's long jump at the 2023 World Athletics Championship. Compared to the competition in the trial, she seems to have the best chance of getting first. And second, I'm thinking it's going to be Jasmine Moore. And then third, I'm predicting Kanisha Burks. But I definitely think Alyssa Jones will be up there and be very tough competition for the second and third place finishers. The women's 10,000 meter finals are held on Saturday. I'm thinking Winnie Kilati will come in first, followed by Parker Valby in second and Natosha Rogers in third. Ellie Hines will be fierce competition too and could definitely make the top 3. I am really looking forward to seeing Valby race in the 10K. She's a very well-known student athlete at the University of Florida. I have talked about her multiple times on my channel. I'm a huge fan of hers. I really wish she would have come out in the top 3 in the 5K, but this is the race for her to get that clout back. And then Kaladi took part in the 10,000 meter of the 2020 U.S. Olympic trials, but she ended up dropping out of the race. So I feel like this is her year to get that back. She's been looking really sharp this year, placing 4th in the Houston Half Marathon, setting the American record in the event, and she represented the U.S. at the 2024 World Athletics Cross Country Championships in Serbia, where she finished in 15th as the top American. And then Rogers won the gold medal in the 5,000 meters at the 2022 NCAAC Championships, and she is the 2012 national runner-up in the 10,000 meters. The women's shot put will be held on Saturday as well. My bets are on Chase Jackson, Maggie Ewing, and Raven Saunders. Jackson is the only American woman to earn world medals in this event. Raven Saunders won a silver medal in 2020. Jackson proved herself fit for the task at the 2023 Prefontaine Classic, where she broke Carter's American record with a world-leading score of 20.76 meters. But I really want Jada Ross to make it to the Olympics, and I am optimistic about her chances. She's a student athlete at the University of Oregon, and she's led in the NCAA D1 track and field championships in the shot put. Her personal best is right there with some of the world greats and even better than a lot of the competitors in the trials. So I'm really hoping that she gets in the top 3. On Sunday, we will see the women's 100-meter and 400-meter hurdles. The 100-meter hurdles is difficult to predict as well. All of these are difficult to predict, but this one especially for me, I don't know why. There's some that are just like harder for me to predict. But I'm thinking Kenny Harrison will be in first, Nia Ali will be in second, and Grace Stark will be in third. But there's a but here. I think Christina Clemens and Tonia Marshall may also land that second and third position. But those 5, I'm optimistic about them being in the top 5 overall. Okay, for the 400-meter hurdles, hands down, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone will be in first, Jasmine Moore in second, and Shamir Little in third. Delilah Muhammad is definitely going to be tough competition for Shamir Little, though, and Jasmine Moore probably, so I would watch out for her. But, I mean, I have full confidence that McLaughlin-Levrone will be coming in first. I really wish she was running the 400-meter dash and low-key also the 200-meter dash, but she wanted to focus on just the hurdles this Olympics, and, that's understandable. She is the 2020 Tokyo Olympic champion with the games record and the 400-meter dash. McLaughlin-Levrone will only compete in the 400-meter hurdles after posting a world-leading qualification time in May of 52.70 seconds, surpassing the Olympic standard of 54.85 seconds. I'm so excited to watch her, y'all. And then Moore is known for the triple jump and long jump, so I think that's going to give her some advantage for the 400-meter hurdles. She has those legs, and she knows how to use them. Sunday will be the javelin throw and pole vault finals for women. Maggie Malone Harden is the headline name leading into the women's javelin event at the Olympic trials. The 2-time Olympian had a personal best result in Tokyo, finishing 10th overall in the women's javelin final. The current world number 9 will be looking to make her 3rd straight Olympics, and she leads the field with a qualifying mark of 65 meters. Chasing Malone Harding, our 4-time Olympian and 2022 World Athletics Championship silver medalist Kara Winger, and 2023 U.S. national champion Madeline Harris. For pole vault, my predictions are Katie Moon in first, Bridget Williams in second, and Chloe Timberg in third. I'm definitely confident that Moon will place in first. She won gold medals at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, 2022, and 2023 World Athletics Championships, and then a silver at the 2022 World Indoor Championships. And then Williams finished 4th at the U.S. National Championships in Eugene, Oregon in July 2023 and won the gold medal in the pole vault at the 2023 Pan American Games. Timberg, though, is a student at Rutgers University, and in the NCAA D1 Track and Field Championship, she won first in the pole vault and set a school record. Compared to the other competitions, she looks to be one of the stronger people out there in the pole vault, obviously with Katie Moon and Bridget Williams being first and second, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm really hoping to see that she gets in the top 3. We need more student athletes out there in the Olympics, so I'm very much rooting for her. So we're now going to move on to the next segment where we talk about the Dow Championship golfing pairs. Before we begin, we're going to be taking a short break, so I will see you guys very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done doing predictions for the U.S. Track and Field Olympic Trials, day 5 to day 9, or the remaining days, however you want to say it. Now we're going to talk about the Dow Championship golfing pairs. Okay, so after a taxing week of major championship golf, LPGA players are back in Michigan at the Midlands Country Club for the more relaxing atmosphere of partner golf at the Dow Championship. There were 72 two-player teams in the field. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. The stroke play tournament will consist of foursomes in round 1 and 3 and 4 balls in rounds 2 and 4. There is a 36-hole cut to the low, 33 teams and ties. The purse is a big $3 million, with the winning team splitting the first and second place prize money, so $366,082 each. Cheyenne Knight and Elizabeth Stokel are the defending championships. So the competition started today, and it will continue until the 30th, which is Sunday. In this segment, we're going to feature some of the teams that you guys should watch. And, of course, on Monday, stay tuned because we will be recapping the entire competition. Okay, so starting with Rose, Jean, and Alexa Pano. And remember, these are like pairs, by the way. It kind of is confusing because it's not like individual. So it's like, I don't know why, but it's like confusing me sometimes. But anyway, so in the Rolex rankings, Jean is rated number 9 and Pano is number 93. Jean and Pano, both winners of the LPGA, grew up together on the AJGA and represented the U.S. together Junior Ryder Cup and Junior Solheim Cup teams. Jean says they've been friends since they were itty-bitty. That is a quote. They've been friends since they were itty-bitty. Both of these golfers individually are some of the best in the league. Pano turned professional in the year 2022. She got a well-deserved place on the Epson Tour and earned a whopping $76,195. So that was a great time for her to start. Her 19th birthday might be her best yet because she finished at 21st place on the LPGA qualifying series and got the card for the 2023 LPGA Tour. In 2023, her career started taking shape for the better when she won the first LPGA Tour at the ISPS Honda World Invitational. Zhang, who finished first in the Cognizant Founders Cup this year, won the 2020 U.S. Women's Amateur and both the 2023 and 2023 NCAA Division I championships, becoming the first woman to win the individual title twice. She competed in the 2019 U.S. Women's Open and was on the gold medal team at the 2019 Pan American Games. I have high hopes for this pair, obviously, and I think they have a really strong chance of winning. Next pair we have is Brooke Henderson and Lexi Thompson. Henderson is ranked 14th, and Thompson is ranked 33rd. Two of the LPGA's most popular players are back together in Midland. Though they combined for 24 LPGA titles, the pair missed the cut last year. Henderson has been playing solidly so far this year, missing just one cut in 14 total starts and earning 5 top 10 finishes, 3 which were at 3rd place or better. According to KPMG Performance Insights, the 13-time LPGA Tour winner is 10th in strokes gained total, 15th in strokes gained driving, and 18th in strokes gained tee to green on tour this year. She's also second in rounds under par, birdies, and subpar holes. And this is the Canadian's 4th-time playing in the Dow Championships, but it's the first time that she has had the same partner for 2 consecutive years. Along with Thompson in 2023, Henderson played with Ingi Chun in 2021, earning a 17th place finish that year, and she competed alongside her fellow countrywoman Alana Sharp in 2019, ultimately finishing solo 5th. She earned a 22nd place result at last week's KPMG Women's PGA Championships, carding a respectable 4-day total of 3 over at a challenging major venue like Sahalee Country Club, and is continuing to search for her first 2020 victory alongside Thompson in the Great Lakes States. Lexi Thompson's T9 showing at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship marked the first top 10 finish she has recorded in the major since tying for second at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship at Congressional Country Club in 2022. It was a solid week for the 11-time LPGA Tour winner, even with a roller coaster ride of the final round to deal with. The tie for 9th was Thompson's second consecutive top 10 results and 3rd of the season, as she tied for 2nd at the Mayor LPGA Classic before the year's 3rd major championship, and then tied for 3rd at the 4th championship presented by KCC in March. Thompson only ranks in the top 20 in strokes gained putting this season, picking up .68 shots in the field with her flat stick in 2024. Next pair is Charlie Hull and Georgia Hall. Hull is ranked 8th and Hull is ranked 36th. These two are best friends and Solheim Cup teammates, making their partnership as the Rose and the Thorn one of the least surprising teams in the Dow Championship field this year. Hull made her tournament debut at the 2023 edition of the tournament and will be playing with Hull for the first time as she tees it up for the first time at Midlands Country Club. This week marks Hull's 12th start of the 2024 LPGA Tour season, and in her 11 previous tournaments, she has had one withdrawal, missed 3 cuts, and recorded one top 15 finish, tying for 12th at the Mayor LPGA Classic a couple of weeks ago. The Dow Championship is Hull's 10th start of the year, and she'll be looking to continue performing solidly just as she has already been doing so far this season. Her previous 9 events saw her record 5 top 20 results, the best of which is a tie for 7th that came at the season opening Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, and the most notable of which is a tie for 16th that came last week at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship at Sahalee. Statistically, the Rolex Rankings number 8 ranks 3rd in strokes gained driving and 7th in strokes gained tee to green. She is also 9th on the LPGA Tour in greens and regulation and 16th in average driving distance. Hull and Hull are both qualified to represent Great Britain at the 2024 Paris Olympics, finishing in the top 60 of the Olympic golf ranking after the qualification period ended following the conclusion of last week's competition. Next, we have Athaya Thitikul and Ruoning Yin. Yin is ranked 4th and Thitikul is ranked 12th. Thitikul has never participated in a Dow Championship before this week, and while she only joined the tour in 2022, the Thailand native will look to capture her 3rd career LPGA Tour victory and first since the 2022 Walmart Arkansas Championship presented by P&G this week in Michigan. Since returning to LPGA Tour competition at the Chevron Championship after dealing with a lingering thumb injury that sidelined her from professional golf in the off-season, Thitikul has earned 5 12th place or better results so far this year, 4 of which came from May to June. She finished 12th in her season debut in the Woodlands, Texas, and then tied for 7th at the Mizuho Americas Open, tied for 6th at the U.S. Women's Open presented by Ali, finished solo 4th at the ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer, and tied for 8th at the Mayor LPGA Classic. The 21-year-old is gaining shots in all major strokes gained categories, ranking the top 15 on the LPGA Tour in strokes gained total and strokes gained tee to green. She's the only other player besides Nelly Korda to rank inside the top 15 in strokes gained off the tee, approach, around the green, and putting this year. Yin is making her 14th start of the 2024 LPGA Tour season this week at the Dow Championship and will be working to collect her 3rd career title this week. Yin has earned 4 top 15 results in her previous 13 tournaments this year, most notably tying for 12th at the U.S. Women's Open at Lancaster Club earlier this month. This is her 3rd time playing in the Dow Championship, and she has missed the cut in both of her past experiences in 2022 and 2023. While they will represent different countries, both Thitikul and Yin qualify for the Paris Olympics and will be making their Olympic debuts in France in August. Next pair we have is Lydia Ko and Danielle Kong. Ko is ranked 17th and Kong is ranked 89th. While Lydia Ko and Danielle Kong haven't paired together frequently in tournaments, their individual talent suggests that they could be a formidable duo. Both players have strong records in both individual and team formats, and their skills complement each other well. Ko's precision and consistency on the fairways, coupled with Kong's aggressive play and prowess on the greens, could make for a strategic and balanced team. Ko has been a standout figure in women's golf since she became the youngest ever to win a professional golf tour event at age 14, which is insane. Since turning professional, Ko has amassed an impressive 17 LPGA Tour victories, including 2 major championships, the 2015 Evian Championship and the 2016 ANA Inspiration. Ko has consistently been ranked in the top 10 in the world, praised for her calm demeanor, precision, and consistency. Her ability to perform under pressure is well documented, making her one of the top players on the LPGA Tour. And then Kong has also made a significant mark on the LPGA Tour. Since winning the U.S. Women's Amateur twice in 2010 and 2011, Kong transitioned to professional golf and has claimed multiple victories, including her major win at the 2017 KPMG Women's PGA Championship. She's known for aggressive style and competitive spirit, and she brings a fiery edge to the course, which complements her solid long game and excellent putting skills. Her ability to make critical putts and her mental toughness makes her a strong competitor in both individual and team competitions. We also will see Jin Young Ko at 3rd in the rankings and Nasa Hadako at 24th in rankings. Jin Young Ko and Nasa Hadako are 2 of the premier talents on the LPGA Tour, both possessing an impressive array of skills and notable achievements in their careers. Although they have not been frequently teamed up in the past, both players bring a wealth of individual success and experience that could make them a formidable duo in any team event like this championships. Jin Young Ko has firmly established herself as one of the leading figures in women's golf since joining the LPGA Tour. Her accolades include multiple major championships such as the A&A Inspiration and the Evian Championship in 2019, cementing her reputation as a top competitor on the tour. And then she also reached the #1 spot in the women's world golf rankings, a testament to her consistency and dominance in the sports. Her game is characterized by remarkable consistency with her irons and a reliable putting stroke aspects that make her one of the steadiest players under pressure. Naza Hadato has also made significant strides on the LPGA Tour, noted for her powerful driving and sharp short game. Since her victory at the 2018 Walmart Arkansas Championship, she's accumulated multiple tour wins and has been a contender in several majors, narrowly missing a major victory at the 2018 Women's PGA Championships, where she lost in a playoff. She brings an aggressive yet measured approach to her game with the ability to make birdies in bunches, a critical skill in both stroke play and match play formats. The last player I wanted to talk about is Celine Boudier at 6th in rankings, and Yuka Sasso at 10th in rankings. Celine Boudier and Yuka Sasso, both highly skilled and accomplished golfers, bring a rich tapestry of skills and experiences that could potentially make them a strong pairing in team golf events. Individually, each has made a significant stride on the LPGA Tour, and together they could combine their unique strengths to form a compelling team. Boudier from France has established herself as a consistent performer on the LPGA Tour. Her career highlights include victories at the 2019 ISPS Honda Vic Open and the 2021 ShopRite LPGA Classic, showcasing her ability to compete and win at the highest level. Boudier's game is well-rounded with particularly strong approach play and a solid short game. Her mental toughness and ability to handle pressure are also notable, as evidenced by her successful contributions to the European Solheim Cup team, where she has thrived in the match play format and under the intense pressure of international competition. Yuka Sasso is hailing from Philippines, and she also represents Japan. She burst onto the golf scene with her major victory at the 2021 U.S. Women's Open. She also won this year's U.S. Women's Open. Sasso's game is characterized by her powerful driving and strong iron play, reminiscent of her idol Rory McIlroy. She has talked about them many times, whom she has often been compared to due to her swing style. This power game complements a steady putting stroke, making her a threat in any tournament. Since her major win, Sasso has continued to refine her skills and assert herself as one of the young stars on the LPGA Tour. Okay, so that concludes our show for today. Thank you guys so much for joining the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast presented to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you guys once again, and have a wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great.